Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, May the 24th, 2024, and welcome back to another weather video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the severe weather that is going on today here in the Midwest and also down into the South Central United States. So as you can see currently on your screen, we have an enhanced risk of seeing severe weather into northwestern Illinois and down into southeastern Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, and the Dallas-Fort Worth areas. Far south is Waco, Texas. And of course, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so it's a holiday weekend. People are out and about doing whatever they got to do, going to their families, going to the beach. So this is going to be a very important next couple of days because the weather is just going to be crazy if you live in the central and south central United States and in the Midwest. So we also have a slight risk that does include Chicago, Indianapolis, Springfield, Little Rock, down into down to Austin, and as far west as Memphis and northern Mississippi. We have only a 5% chance of seeing tornadoes, but I did check earlier today. I looked at the radar earlier this morning, and I saw that there were some tornadoes that were spinning up into northern Illinois. So just because the 5% chance of seeing tornadoes does not mean that tornadoes are not going to pop up. So we do have that isolated risk. It's updating. Like I said in the previous videos, when it updates like that, refreshes that like that, it updates. So yeah, there's only a 5% chance of seeing tornadoes. Wind, we have a 30% chance of seeing wind into that enhanced area into northwestern Illinois. So we have 30% chance of seeing right to the north of Peoria. I think that's how you pronounce it. Peoria, I think, or Peoria. I'm sorry, I don't live in Illinois. I don't know. But we have a 30% chance of seeing wind. So wind is going to be a primary today. And then the hail is going to be significant back into Texas and Arkansas, as well as southeastern Oklahoma. We have a significant chance of seeing hail into this area. That does include the Dallas-Fort Worth area, over to Little Rock, up to how is this going to happen? So we're looking at this screen right now. We're looking at the radar right now. So here's the forecast right now. So we have here's up here where my mouse is, right up here. This is the time frame. So this is 11 a.m. Central Time. So this is the next hour because technically it's 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. So we can see those storms moving through this area as we get into 1 o'clock. We can see these storms moving into Iowa, Wisconsin, down into Illinois, over into the Chicago area as we get into 7 o'clock tonight, moving into Chicago. And then it will move into Michigan. So if you live in Michigan, Central Michigan, these line of storms will move through your area, and then it will dissipate as we get into 10 o'clock at night tonight. So that's for the Midwest states. Then we have the southern states, so the southeastern portion of the United States. So let's go through today. We have some storms. We have some storms into Missouri that will be popping up. Missouri's in a slight risk of seeing storms today. So you can see those line of storms moving through central and southern Missouri. And then we see these storms down in Texas. They start to form as soon as the sun goes down, or right when the sun is about to go down. These storms will start to blow up. In this area of the country, we'll see the most significant hail. Hail is going to be the main threat with these storms today, as well as heavy rain, of course, lightning and thunder, which is typical with severe weather. And then around 12 o'clock, it will start moving into northern Louisiana, northern Arkansas, as well as northern Mississippi as we get into the overnight hours. So these storms they're not going to stop as soon as the sun goes down, especially into Texas, Oklahoma. These storms will start going as soon as the sun goes down, which is kind of strange. When you think about severe weather, you think that it's going to happen during the daytime, but it happens during the nighttime as well. Nocturnal severe weather happens a lot. So don't forget to have your alerts on your phone on off of silent, off of do not disturb, so you can get those alerts. So they change people's lives. Having these alerts change a lot of people's lives from dying or with these tornadoes, especially with these tornadoes and stuff like that. So have your alerts on for tonight if you live into Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, because these will happen overnight, even Texas. So that is the threat for today. Tomorrow, day 2, we have a threat for another threat for the central part of the country, so the plains area, so Kansas, Oklahoma. This does include Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita, up to Kansas City. Y'all are under a enhanced risk of seeing severe weather. And we also have a slight risk for a good chunk of the rest of Oklahoma, western parts of Missouri, southern parts of Nebraska, and much of the state of Kansas are all under a um, slight risk of seeing severe weather. In terms of tornadoes, sorry, we do have a significant chance of seeing tornadoes into this area. So we might have a tornado outbreak tomorrow into Oklahoma, Kansas, this area of Oklahoma and Kansas. Be on the lookout for that. We might have a tornado threat for this area. So just be on the lookout for that if you live in this area. In terms of wind is going to be a very major threat, especially into eastern Kansas. This does include the Kansas City area, even down into Oklahoma City and Tulsa. According to the models, though, the models haven't really picked on the tornado threat in Oklahoma. It's more so saying that the tornado, like what, the storms will be happening into Kansas and Missouri. So that doesn't mean that Oklahoma is going to be out of the blue with these storms. The National Weather Service is still issued an enhanced risk for seeing storms into Oklahoma. So that doesn't mean that you live in Oklahoma, oh yeah, these storms they're not going to impact us because Darius said it's going to impact Kansas and Missouri. No, just be on the lookout tomorrow if you live in all of these places: Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, all these places. Speaking of Oklahoma, we do have a significant chance of seeing hail into this area. So central Kansas, western Oklahoma, we have a great amount of chance to see significant hail with these storms. So let's pinpoint how these storms are going to go. So let's pull up this slide. So here is the forecast for this area. So as we move into tomorrow's going to be a great day. I mean, a great day, great start to your Memorial Day weekend. But as soon as the sun goes down, you can see around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, here come the storms starting to blow in. And like I said earlier, the models haven't really picked up on the storms in Oklahoma yet, but they have picked up on the storms in Kansas. And you can see these line of storms moving through Kansas City, northern Kansas, northern Mississippi as we get into 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this threat will be damaging winds. You can really see with these storms up here in Missouri, this is going to be a damaging wind threat as we get into 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Maybe if you live in St. Louis, you might get woken up by these storms because these storms will move through your area around 8, 9, 7 a.m. in the morning. So this is going to be a very significant severe weather threat if you live in that area, and it will continue to move into Illinois as the sun wakes up on Sunday. We'll still move into Illinois, Indiana, and into Kentucky. So this looks like maybe it might be a derecho, like we had down in Houston area, but we'll see what happens on Saturday and Sunday. You can see these storms still starting to pop up as we get into Sunday evening. So that is the severe weather threat for Saturday. Sunday, yes, we got Sunday. Sunday, we have the severe weather threat for Sunday as well. So Sunday looks like it's going to be impacting the same area that I talked about previously, which is southern Illinois, southern Indiana into Kentucky. So it looks like this area of the country will be seeing the most severe weather. And we also have a slight risk for a good chunk of the Mississippi River Valley. The National Weather Service hasn't issued their tornado, hail, and wind threats because this is so far out. This is 48 hours from currently right now. So they haven't issued a threat for these storms right now, but they have issued a very significant chance of seeing severe weather into a good chunk of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Missouri. So yes, they have issued a very important, significant severe weather threat, which is that black hatched area. That means that there's going to be some very potent storms. Those storms that move through Illinois and Missouri will move into Illinois and Indiana. So yes, it is going to be a very rocky and active couple of days in the weather world. Of course, like I said, this is Memorial Day weekend. This is a holiday weekend. People are out and about barbecuing with their families. Just be on the lookout in the sky for some storms that will impact your Memorial Day holiday weekend plans. Thank you for watching this video for today. Please like, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, that means helps me out a ton. Please stay safe with these storms, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.